Alright, so I wanted to share the story of how I transitioned from the standard American diet to a vegan diet, the process in which I went through to get there. Started back in 2014, around March of that year. I made the decision to start eating healthier. I wanted to see better performance in my workouts, to be honest. It was completely health oriented. And what I did back then was to start out, I pretty much just overnight cut out all junk foods from my diet. And when this happened, well, when I did this, I noticed that my body was just began flushing out all this waste, all this toxin, just nasty stuff every time I went to the bathroom. And what I didn't know back then, but I know now, is my body was simply detoxifying itself of years and years of just eating a poor diet. And after that detoxification phase was finished, I felt a lot healthier. I felt a lot better. I felt more vital. My workouts were easier. I saw progress in my calisthenics workouts. And I just felt better overall. So I stuck with eating healthier, and I started eating foods that I thought were healthy back then, like grass fed beef, organic free range chicken. I started eating a lot more vegetables, steamed vegetables. I started eating low fat dairy, just things like that that I knew were better than what I was eating because I didn't have a lot of diet and nutrition experience. So I was just doing what I could. Me and my dad would start going to stores like Whole Foods and farmers markets, and that really helped me get a wider range of fruits and vegetables into my diet. And for about a month, 2 months, 3 months maybe, that continued, and I felt really good. I knew my health had improved, and I felt just overall better. And I can remember I was online researching something about health and nutrition because I was very into it at this time. I still am. But anyway, I was online looking up health and nutrition facts just, to see what areas I could improve in my diet. And I came across this, what I call a debate on YouTube between meat eaters and vegans. And at this time, I didn't even know what a vegan was. I thought they were the same thing as vegetarians. But anyway, I saw this debate, and I didn't really know what was the whole point of it, but I was intrigued. So I decided to look into it. And I saw a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of people touting the health benefits of a vegan diet. And I already thought my diet was healthy, so I was like, okay, what would taking out all animal products from my diet help me with? That was the mentality I had back then. But I decided to look into it anyway. And I started getting ideas from the perspective of vegans. I did it to get a more well rounded and comprehensive understanding of what they were talking about. And that eventually led me to see a documentary called Forks Over Knives. And when I saw this documentary, it was talking about the health benefits of a whole foods, plant based diet, and how animal products are carcinogenic, and how milk is one of the most prevalent carcinogens that humans consume, and that a person should completely cut out animal products from their diet for optimum health. And back then I thought, what? No, no meat, no eggs, no animal products whatsoever. Where am I gonna get my protein from? Even though I saw this documentary, it still didn't make me go vegan. It definitely made me reduce my intake from animal products, but it didn't make me completely stop eating animal products. And so I was eating meat and dairy and eggs probably 3 to 4 days a week, and then the other days just like vegetables and stuff. I felt pretty good, and I didn't really see a reason to change. But I can remember one day I was eating a salad. I had some ranch on it and a chicken in it. And as I was eating it, I just remember halfway through it, like I just paused and I just asked myself the question: is what I'm doing wrong? Is me eating animal products not actually optimal for human health? And it kind of struck a deep chord in me because this was the first time in my life I ever deeply questioned my diet. I mean, I removed all the junk foods. I thought I was eating healthy. But this was the first time I really deeply questioned it. And I felt kind of uneasy. And I felt like that for a few days. Until one day, I remember I was on YouTube watching some more vegan videos. And I saw someone talking about a documentary called Earthlings. And they said it was one of the most eye-opening and disturbing documentaries about animal abuse and factory farming. I was kind of reluctant to watch the documentary because I consider myself an animal lover. I don't want to see animal abuse. But as someone who likes getting more and more information and learning new things, I went on ahead and watched it on YouTube. And when I saw that documentary, that completely changed my perspective on animals, farming, food, the whole deal. Seeing cows get their throats slit and carried down these aisles, having their just gallons of blood gushing out of their throats, and seeing pigs literally boiled alive. They're still alive after their throats were slit. Seeing foxes get skinned alive for fur, just left there to die on the floor. Seeing just dogs severely abused. Seeing how chickens are some of the most worst treated animals in the world. I'm not gonna lie, I cried for like half an hour watching that thing. It was that bad. It was terrible. But I needed to see that because after seeing that, I knew I couldn't eat animal products again. And it wasn't just out of disgust, it was a deep and sincere, I can't partake in this madness anymore. I literally had my eyes opened, and the truth was painful, but it was necessary for me. After that, I stopped consuming animal products, and I was a vegan at this time. I decided to replace all the meat and dairy and eggs with other things, with other foods in my diet, such as beans, lentils, quinoa, wild rice, more leafy greens, more cruciferous vegetables. After transitioning from omnivore to a vegan, I definitely noticed my health improve. My digestive system problems were gone. My asthma disappeared, and my headaches, I used to get chronic headaches, those went away. All in the span of about a month or two. When I went vegan, it opened up my horizons to a bunch of different new foods that I didn't even know existed, like dragon fruits and jackfruits and durians. It's this crazy, huge, spiky looking thing. And I went to the farmer's market a lot more often because it was more affordable to get food from the farmer's market versus a conventional grocery store or even Whole Foods. So after about maybe a month or two of being vegan, I came across the documentary called Cowspiracy. And this was literally the point of, okay, I'm a vegan for good. Cowspiracy talks about the environmental effects of animal agriculture, and I already knew that the environmental situation on Earth was pretty bad. I already knew the Earth was pretty polluted. But I didn't know that animal agriculture was the cause of so much destruction. Everything from species extinction, deforestation, environmental degradation, greenhouse gas emissions, a huge amount of the environmental destruction that's going on Earth right now is caused by animal agriculture. It's the result of breeding 50 billion animals every year and killing 50 billion animals every year for food for human consumption. After seeing the documentary Cowspiracy, that was pretty much it for me. I saw no reason not to be a vegan. I had knowledge now of the health benefits, the environmental degradation that animal agriculture causes, and what billions of animals have to go through every year. On top of that, I noticed that my performance in calisthenics had increased. I could now do things like human flags, and I was improving my front lever and my back lever. My digestive problems were gone, my asthma was gone, and my headaches that I would get, those were gone. And knowing what I knew, it didn't make any logical sense not to continue being vegan. And so, here I am, almost 2 years later, and I'm a raw vegan now, and I'm healthier than I've ever been in my entire life. Stronger than I've ever been in my entire life, and I know a lot more about a plant-based diet and veganism than I ever even thought I would. And I hope this video of my story of how I transitioned from standard American diet to a vegan diet helped out some people, either transitioning to a vegan diet or just informed